To make this right here, I'm using these rocks right here and a couple antler tines. Let's make an atlatl dart point. Nice, thick pedernales flake. When I'm looking at this, I got my bulbar percussion and I've got my dorsal side, my ventral side, distal end, and then my proximal end. And I can already see when I'm looking at this flake. And if you're trying to inspect it, you have to look at it from all sides. Sometimes you're gonna have cortex all around. And I need to think when I look at a stone flake, I wanna try to maintain its length and I wanna try to maintain its width, but sometimes I'm gonna have to sacrifice pieces of the stone. Proximal end to the distal end, I'm looking at 4 1/4 inches. Width, I'm looking at right at 3 inches. So my objective is to try to keep as much length and as much width, but understanding that I'm gonna have to sacrifice some stone when I'm trying to ultimately prepare it to throw flakes, to do some light percussion, and turn it into some type of working tool. Instead of coming from that top, I like to flip it over, and I just like to almost take that cortex off because I can see it. I can see the cortex as it's folded up underneath. If I'm hitting it this way, I don't know how close that stone is. I'm almost trying to remove that cortex in a way that's kind of a less is more. And just underneath, see, I've got workable stone right there. It's a little discolored from that cortex, but I know it's not cortex. And just kind of prepare this for some future work. The hammerstone I'm using is a flat, but it's really coarse and abrasive. As I'm trying to grip that cortex, I really want to use the abrasiveness of my stone to kind of grip it, peel it off, and reveal that finer stone underneath. So as I'm approaching my bulbar percussion, that is my thickest portion with this little bit of a 90-degree wall. So I'm going to try to pop some flakes to remove that bulb and then do a little kind of side-to-side stitching to pop some of these flakes. This rises up a bit, so my first flake that I really want to think about throwing is one to kind of remove some of this mass. So I'm going to take a little end off here. This right here is the spot I need to attack. My little platform right there. I might have to hit it a little bit farther back and try to avoid that little bit of a step. There we go. Got some off. That works. So that was my platform. The goal is to try to remove some of this little wall here. I struck. Now it gives me the opportunity to come this way down with it. I can strike this way and create my stitch across, not losing too much of my width, still keeping some length on there. A little bit of a flake. And I still got probably one more in there. I'm going to hit that. Good. You can start to see that stitch. One there, one there, one there. And the shot's going to be kind of towards me. There we go. Do that good little flake, broke up. Let's pop down. This one kind of coming out. There we go. Another little rip and flake. So I made contact with my hammerstone. I was hitting towards the camera. I caught that platform perfectly, ripped off this nice big flake, took a lot of that wall out, and now the rest of my stitching will just be small and kind of down until my edge is raised up and I can come across. But this is my first objective, getting rid of this little bit of cortex on this edge, getting rid of that, and I'll be good. Let's come down. Good. Flip it over. Coming towards me. Good. One more here. All right, everything's cleared up. My edge was walled, steep. Now I've got enough platform and an edge where I can throw some strikes in there, or some light hammerstones, thin this out, and get working on that final shape. Good. Good flake. That's a bit of mass right there. I gotta get this with a hammerstone because I want to try and get as much of it out as I can. There we go. Better strike. There's one. That mass has been greatly reduced. I got another strike here. Good. Good. One more. There we go. Good. Good flake. Good flake. Right there. Not a good flake. The idea that you can't thin with a hammerstone, it's ridiculous. Nice prepared platform. Rip that flake right off. Good. Good flake. See, just in that little bit of time, how much thinner this flake is. More importantly, even if we look at that bulb of percussion, it is much, much thinner. Grinding chops. I'm almost at the point of pressure flaking. No, I want to get a little bit. Yeah, that looks all right. Not the best platform. That worked well. The key to a lot of this is thinking about where you're shooting a flake. I always like to call it. I like to call my shots. So then I know, is it just dumb luck, or am I thinking about how I'm controlling the stone? Am I thinking about the tool selection, platform preparation? How is everything coming together? You can strike and strike and strike and strike and get lucky plenty of times. You can strike and strike and strike and get unlucky plenty of times. But take that extra second, think about where you're going, why you're going there, and then how you're going to strike. This one here. Good. Better. I'll probably pressure flake, maybe doing a couple strikes in the process. Let's just lower it, raise this edge up. Right there. I need a good long one. No way. Let's go, Mr. Antler Tine. Let's go with the fatty. Mr. Caribou. There we go. That flake went from there, shoop, to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more. 5. So that's all of that pass, right? So I just went the whole way around, address this little high spot right here. It's a braid. Felt it slipping. Oh, no, I want to strike that. I'm going to get that one with the hammerstone. Let's go with... Good. Whew, that was close. Schmear and schmear. Light, light, heavy. Midline, ended. Come down here, raising that edge, and then I might get this with a hammerstone. Coming low and then going high. Little hinge. Say goodbye. Gentle. Less gentle. A little more roughness. So we look down this edge, you can see it right there. That's what I need to get. What kind of abrasion? Sandy. You know what? I might be able to get those. Yeah, I'm gonna get the front side with flaking, and then once I get to kind of that middle section, I'll get it with a hammerstone, and then that should be good. What stone do I use? Let's do this one. I think this will get it. I might take a big chunk out the side, but we'll see. Gotcha. Big flake right there. Nicely done. All right, let's go with the big caribou. This one is the stinger. Gotcha. Little edge maintenance. Let's go with this one. Gotcha. Whew. As I'm looking at it, it's looking pretty good. Got out my mass. This thing is ready to be turned into that tool. I can definitely take one more there. This right here, I've got something that doesn't need to be taken off, but I could. This is the restraint in flint napping that some people struggle with. I do. Because right now, this is a great little preform for a projectile point. It's wafer thin. It's exactly where I want it to be. But I'm like, can I go a little bit farther? When do I stop and when do I keep going? I mean, it's a real weak platform, but we'll see. I think I can squeeze that. Perfect. Just one more flake right across the back. Nice little slap of the hammerstone. I pulled that nice flake off. That's dumb sometimes. Confidence going into it, but again, it is about that restraint. When do I stop? When do I keep going? And knowing the difference between the two. That right there and that little flake, that could have broke this whole piece. I can do one there too. Let's do one more. Gosh. This again, restraint. Restraint, you know better. I know. But sometimes you don't. Got it. Good little flake. The rest is all pressure. Yep. All right. Ooh, maybe one right there. Oh, that's a breaker. Well, let's do one more. One more. Got it. Nope, I'm gonna get that side with pressure. Yeah. Think about how we want to end this. It's good. I mean, this right here would be considered a blank, kind of a pre-form in certain ways. Edge is nice and straight, good medial ridge, both sides. What do I do with it? What is the stone telling you? What do you want to be? What do you want to be, my dude? Shoot, I don't know. I think, God, what is this? What do I think? Nothing's speaking to me. I like that. I like that a lot. Nice little stemmed point. Nothing crazy. Nice and thin. That is exactly where I want to be for a nice little hafted atlatl dart point. Good medial ridge. I like that. Very nice. When everything is said and done, I'm at 3.5 inches. That is my length. My width at the widest is 1 3/4 inches. So if I could remember what I had from the very beginning, but no matter what, anytime you're napping, you're gonna lose length, you're gonna lose width, but it's how much you want to lose. A lot of your strikes, a lot of the things that you do, you can reduce how much length and how much width you actually lose in that flint napping process. I mean, I just created this guy only using some small hammer stones as well as some antler time pressure flakers. Anything's possible in that world of lithics. Stick to the tradition and you'll be good to go. All right, see you in the bush.